Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do. As you can see, I don't have any makeup on right now because this is a try a new makeup video. And before I get into putting the makeup on, I wanted to open each of the new things that I've got in the past week with you guys on camera. I thought that might be kind of fun because I like watching people unboxing and taking makeup out of their packaging. So we're gonna try that. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I did talk about earlier this week how it's gonna be a Pat McGrath party kind of weekend. It is usually a Pat McGrath weekend here. I do a lot of looks, tutorials, and first impressions on Pat McGrath eyeshadows, makeup, so this won't be too much different, other than the fact that I'll be trying her lipsticks and lip glosses for the first time. This is so exciting for me. In addition to the lip glosses and matte lipsticks, these are the trios, by the way, that I got. I also got a Blitz lipstick that I would like to try. And then the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer, along with the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. So I will be using this concealer and then setting it with this blurring powder under my eyes. Finally, we have something that's not Pat McGrath. This is Chantecaille's talc-free loose setting powder for makeup. I was so impressed with their gel foundation that I just needed to try the loose powder or some other makeup that they have, and it just seemed like if the gel foundation is this great, what is the setting powder gonna look like? And this is typical Chantecaille packaging. It has that purple, and this is just a cardboard box that you can toss into recycling. And then once you open it here, it's got that little cardboard cushion. Packaging is fairly similar actually to the gel foundation, and you do have to use a little bit of strength to open it. It comes with a nice puff. I'm always about, a good quality puff here. And then a sticker. This is in the color Light, and I don't expect it to actually add much pigment on top of the foundation. If it does, I hope it's barely noticeable because the foundation itself is a touch too warm for my skin tone. And so if any more color is added because of the loose powder, that might not work, but we will see in a bit. Well, let's go ahead and open the lip gloss and lipstick trios. I do want to talk about the value of these. They are $25 each, and if you're interested in trying her lip products, these trios are a good way to start. A lot of them were sold out when I actually got these because they were having that, 20 to 25% off sale depending on how much you bought. So a lot of them were out of stock. I did manage to grab trios that I was genuinely interested in the colors. So let's go right ahead with this one here. Oh, looks like I'll need some scissors. Let's see. Yeah, I'll need some scissors. Be right back. This mini Mattetrance lipstick trio is in the color Blitz V2. So let's see what each of the colors are. And then in a lot of this packaging, it comes with like some sequins here, which is kind of cool. Oh, it's a party, all right. It is all over the floor now. Anyways, I was gonna say it's kind of fun, but don't shake it when it's open because it'll fall all over the place. Lesson learned. So this here is in the color Fever Dream. And it's a nice cherry red. Looks a little bit deeper off camera actually. I think the light does make it look a little brighter. And then this is Elson. A much deeper red. And this is Guinevere. The deepest red of the three. Oh, I can't wait to try these. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these starting with Guinevere. They're very creamy. And they slide right on, very pigmented. This is Fever Dream. And then here we have Elson. So Fever Dream seems to be, next to the other two, the most neutral of the three. Elson is the brightest red and Guinevere is the deepest. All three are very creamy and pigmented. And then moving on to the lip glosses. We have Flesh 6. And they do have this kind of sweet vanilla smell to them. A brownish red. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. I could see wearing a nude lipstick or lip liner under this and just putting this on top for some color. Then we have Sunset Rose. Same scent. This one looks like it might have some glitter in it. Yes, it does. It's a light rose color, and this is really pretty too. Oh, these are all so pretty. And then we have finally the lightest of the three shades. This is Love Potion, and also has some glitter in it. Right on top here, lightest of the three, very sheer pink. This could go on top really any lipstick that you want to add a little bit of shine and gloss to it that has some reflective quality. So the last lipstick I have from this order is the Blitz in Lady Stardust. And this is the full size. Classic packaging with the lips here, and this is a sparkly design. Lady Stardust, and I'm going to swatch it, even though it's not the same formula as the Mattetrance, I'm just going to swatch it on top. So pretty. Oh, look at that. So pretty. I can already see Lady Stardust going well with Love Potion or Rose Sunset, this one here. Yeah. And let's see. There's no scent to Lady Stardust, and I don't think the Mattetrance lipsticks had a scent. Nope, no scent to the Mattetrance lipsticks either. Okay, so there are the swatches for the lipsticks and lip glosses. And now for the concealer. I ordered this in L5. My skin tone is light to medium. More on the light side during the fall and winter, but certainly closer to medium in the summer when I've gotten some sun. So just on the back of my hand. Yeah, very creamy, full coverage, which is how I like my concealers. Really no scent to them. A bit alcohol scent to it. I also like my concealers to lighten under the eyes. That's why I decided to go with a shade or two lighter than my actual skin tone. And then for the blurring powder, let's open that as well. And I got some more all over the floor. This one looks like, and it's much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Not that there was an obvious size comparison on the website. And this is in the shade Light. So I'm just going to, I just swatched some on my finger. I'm just going to put that, pat it on. Okay, I mean, it's still really early to say what I think about it, but it feels very smooth and, you know, no obvious irritation or heaviness that I can feel. And you can see the area that I pat on the blurring powder already looks much more set than the rest of this here that still looks a bit wet. So I'm gonna take this off and then we'll get started with the makeup. Oh, and before we go, and because this is very Pat McGrath heavy with trying on the new makeup, I'm also going to use either Bronze Seduction for eyeshadows or Divine Rose. You'll find in a moment which one we're going to use. I'm going to have timestamps below, so if you want to skip over the eyeshadow part and go straight to the concealer and then lipstick, lip glosses, just look at the description. First, we're going to take Rose Dust. I decided to go with Divine Rose, and we're going to put that on the lid, leaving out the center part. So we're going to leave some space here, and we're going to build the color upwards. I do not mind if it looks uneven right now, and even, you know, this right here looks awkward, but that's okay. We can make it more even, we can fix it as we go. But first I just want to lay this rose dust color onto the lid. Then I'm going to take the Jumbo Blender to disperse this color a bit more. Next, using the mini booster, we're taking Extreme Mahogany and applying that to the outer corners for some added definition. And then taking this soft shader, we're going to dip it into Iridescent Pink 003, very generously apply this shade to the center of the lid. And I'm going to slowly work this color into both sides of the lid so it looks more blended. And I'm going to work the color upwards as well. Creates a really cool halo effect that has some pink in it. I love this shade. VR Rose Venus is my favorite shade, but Iridescent Pink 003 has really won a place in my heart. We're going to go ahead and apply the concealer, foundation, and then we'll come back for finishing touches. I think what I'm going to do for concealer is to first put it on my eyes, even it out, and then apply the blurring powder. That way you guys don't have to stick around and watch through all the concealer steps if you didn't want to, since we're doing the eyes first, which is primarily what I bought this for. So let's go ahead, because it's such full coverage, I'm just going to lightly dot it a little bit. I'll come back and apply more. I just didn't want to overdo it the first time around. Okay, we'll just add it to the nose. And then I'm going to apply it to my forehead, the rest of my nose, and then add some coverage here afterwards. Taking a sponge, I'm going to work the color under the eyes and even it out. I like it so far. I like it so far. I don't see any, lines that are starting to form here. And sometimes with full coverage concealers, or as the concealer begins to age and dry up, that's one of the first things that tends to happen, especially with full coverage products. I think coverage really looks pretty good, so I'm not going to go back for a second application because I don't think it's needed. All right, so taking the blurring powder and the lovely mini cheek, I'm going to set the concealer under the eyes. This is extremely fine powder. I don't know if you can see it, but you get quite a bit of product with just like a few dips. Okay, let's move on with getting concealer onto the rest of the face. A little goes a long way. All right, so totally out of habit, I applied foundation on top of the already set concealer. I don't think it turned out poorly because of that, but I'm definitely gonna remember not to do it next time because that's just like doubling up the steps, and I don't think this concealer actually needs foundation on top of it either. I think it's okay, but I'm gonna remember for next time not to do that. So let's go ahead and set our under eyes again. And then with the Chantecaille loose powder, we're going to use that to set the rest of the face. And I'm going to use Sonia G's Master Face Brush. Okay, with the face set, I feel like the finish looks really good. It's a powder that gives a matte finish and there is no glitter or sheen to it, which is how I prefer my setting powders. And looking at just, you know, how fine it is, it really gives me the same vibes as how fine the Pat McGrath blurring powder is. So I think that's really good stuff all around. This is the Chantecaille powder. This is the Pat McGrath. Yeah, they just go on very smoothly. Going back to the eyeshadows, we're going to once again take the Jumbo Blender and blend this color right here on the outer corners into the crease to basically connect outer corners with the inner corner of the eyes. And then we're going to take the mini booster, dip it into Rose Dusk, and we're going to blend that under the eyes. We're going to avoid the center part as well. And now taking the soft shader, we're going to dip it into Iridescent Pink 003 and apply it onto the center of the lower lash line. I'm going to put on some eyeliner, mascara, and we'll come back for the lips. For lipstick, we're going to go with the Blitz Transformula Lady Stardust. And in the Blitz Transformula, you can see, unlike the matte lipsticks, there are some either micro glitters in there. Yep, there's glitter in there. And unlike the Blitz Transformula, it's not quite as like in your face glittery. So that's interesting. It's very creamy and you can see it went on very smoothly. And then we're going to top that with Love Potion lip gloss. Okay, this is the finished look. Well, I think overall this has been a pretty successful trying on new makeup. I can't remember a time where I used a full coverage concealer and my eyes still looked fairly smooth. Naturally, there's some lines that have formed. However, I did by accident put on a layer foundation, which was not my intention at all. I actually liked the coverage that I had, set it with the blurring powder. I liked how it looked. There was simply just no need to add any foundation or anything else. So next time I'll have to remember not to do that and then take a look to see if it's any smoother than it is now. But no complaints. The Chantecaille loose powder was also excellent and it felt very fine, just like the Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection blurring powder, and it shows. My whole face looks really, really smooth. I can't remember again the last time where everything was just, you know, skin-like, put together and very smooth. And as for the lip products, I decided to go with Lady Stardust to kind of stick with a pink theme since I went with Divine Rose for eyeshadows. And then I added Love Potion for a touch of gloss and some more glitter, since Love Potion does have some glitter in it. Overall, I really love this look. It's so easy on the eyes, but it's also dramatic. And with the skin looking really smooth all around and under the eyes, it just makes everything look more put together, more professional. So this has been a really exciting trying on new makeup for me. If you own any of these products or would like to try them, I'd like to get your thoughts. Leave a comment below, as you guys usually do. I really do enjoy talking to you guys about makeup, making recommendations, or even just learning something new from you guys. Hope you guys are having a good week. Stay safe. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.